You sit down to do something important. Maybe it's work, maybe it's studying, maybe it's that one thing you've been putting off for weeks. You tell yourself, let me just check my phone for a minute. Just 1 minute. You unlock your phone, open one app, then another, and suddenly it's been an hour. Nothing done, no progress, just time gone. And the worst part? You don't even remember what you were doing. You call it distraction. You call it lack of discipline. You call it procrastination. But what if I told you it's something deeper than that? What if I told you you're dealing with an addiction, a hidden addiction, one that doesn't look dangerous, one that doesn't feel like a problem, one that millions of people are trapped in right now without even realizing it? This addiction doesn't come in a bottle. It doesn't smell. It doesn't leave obvious signs, but it quietly destroys your focus, your time, your goals, and eventually your future. It's called dopamine addiction. And before you dismiss that as something scientific or complicated, let's break it down in the simplest way possible. Dopamine is the chemical in your brain responsible for motivation and reward. It's what makes you feel good when you achieve something. But here's the problem. Your brain doesn't know the difference between real achievement and instant gratification. Scrolling social media, watching short videos, checking notifications, refreshing apps, each one gives you a small hit of dopamine, a quick reward, a tiny pleasure. And the more you do it, the more your brain starts to crave it. Now think about this. When was the last time you sat down, in silence, and focused deeply on one thing for 30 minutes? No phone, no distractions, no switching tasks. Just focus. For many people, that feels uncomfortable, almost painful. And that's the sign. That discomfort you feel, that's withdrawal. Not from drugs, not from alcohol, but from constant stimulation. You see, your brain has been rewired, not by accident, but by design. Every app you use, every platform you scroll through is built to keep you hooked. Endless scrolling, autoplay videos, notifications that pull you back in. These are not features, they are traps, designed by teams of psychologists, engineers, and data scientists who understand exactly how your brain works. Their goal is simple: keep you engaged, keep you scrolling, keep you coming back, because your attention is their profit. And while you're giving away your attention, something else is happening. Your ability to focus is being destroyed. Slowly, silently, every time you switch between apps, your brain gets used to short bursts of stimulation, quick hits, fast rewards. So when you try to do something meaningful, something that requires patience, your brain resists. It gets bored quickly. It looks for an escape. That's why working on a project feels exhausting. That's why you keep procrastinating. Not because you're lazy, but because your brain has been trained to avoid effort. Think about who you were before all this, before constant notifications, before endless scrolling, before your attention was constantly being pulled in different directions. You were able to focus longer. You were able to sit with your thoughts. You had clarity. Now, your mind feels crowded, restless, always looking for the next thing. And here's the dangerous part. This addiction feels normal because everyone around you is doing the same thing. You scroll, they scroll. You check your phone, they check theirs. It doesn't look like a problem because it's everywhere. But normal doesn't mean healthy, and widespread doesn't mean harmless. Let's talk about the real cost. Not just time, but your life. Every hour you lose to mindless scrolling is an hour not spent building something meaningful. Every time you choose instant gratification, you're choosing to delay your growth. And over time, that adds up. Days become weeks, weeks become months, months become years. And one day, you look back and realize you had the time, you had the potential, but you gave it away, one scroll at a time. But here's the good news. If your brain can be trained to be distracted, it can also be trained to focus. You can take control back, but not by motivation, not by willpower alone. You need awareness first. You need to recognize the patterns. Notice how often you reach for your phone without thinking. Notice how uncomfortable boredom feels. Notice how quickly your mind seeks stimulation. That awareness is your starting point. Then you begin to make small changes. You don't need to quit everything overnight, but you need to create boundaries, moments in your day where your attention belongs only to you. Start with 1 hour. 1 hour of focused work. No phone, no notifications, just you and the task. At first it will feel difficult. Your mind will wander. You'll feel the urge to check something. But if you stay with it, something powerful happens. Your brain begins to reset. Your focus begins to return. You start to think clearly again. You start to work deeply again. You start to feel in control again. And that's when everything changes, because focus is not just about productivity, it's about your life. Your ability to build something meaningful. Your ability to create, to grow, to achieve. Without focus, even the most talented person struggles. With focus, even an average person can do extraordinary things. Right now, there are two versions of you. The distracted version, constantly scrolling, constantly reacting, constantly stuck. And the focused version, calm, intentional, in control, building something real. The difference between those two versions is not talent, is not luck, it's attention, where you choose to place it every single day. So the next time you pick up your phone, pause, ask yourself, is this helping me or is this controlling me? Because the truth is simple. What you give your attention to is what your life becomes. If this message made you think, if it opened your eyes even a little, then this is just the beginning. There's so much more you need to understand about focus, discipline, and building a life that actually means something. So don't just watch and leave. Subscribe to the channel, because the next video might be the one that completely changes how you live your life. And trust me, you don't want to miss that.